Let's unbox this Maxpeedingrods air compressor kit. Kit overview, installation instructions and user manual, airline cutter, Teflon tape, air compressor, pressure gauge, T-connectors, fuse tab, air filter for the compressor intake, zip ties, airline fittings, mounting screws for the compressor, power connection terminal, wire connector, wiring harness connector, self-tapping screws, power tap copper piece, inline fuse, airline, wiring harness, and Maxpeedingrods sticker. Tools for installation: large impact wrench, crimping pliers, adapter, small short extension bar, small ratchet handle, medium ratchet wrench, Phillips screwdriver, electrical tape, adapter with 3mm drill bit, 7mm socket, 8mm socket, wire strippers, 11mm wrench, 10mm wrench. Preparing to install the outlet fitting for the air compressor. It comes with two types of fittings. One is a quick connect fitting, one is threaded fitting. The quick connect fitting is easier to remove and install. The threaded fitting has better tightening strength and less likely to leak, so we choose this fitting for this installation. Before installing, remove the plug from the air compressor outlet. When installing the fitting, we first wrap Teflon tape around the threaded area to seal it properly. Wrap the tape according to the tightening direction of the threads. Wrap it clockwise. Pull the end of the tape out. After wrapping the tape, check whether the air outlet is blocked. If it's blocked, clean it out. Make sure it's not obstructed. After wrapping, install the fitting. Use a 10mm wrench to tighten the fitting. Now we will install the compressor intake extension fitting. First, remove the plug. Take out the intake extension fitting. Install it into the pump. Use a 10mm wrench to tighten the fitting. Next, we need to modify the compressor's power connector. First, untangle the wiring harness. Cut off the wire connector from the power lead. Use a wire stripper to remove part of the insulation. Use the included red wire connector. Install it onto the wire. Using crimping pliers to secure the connector in place. Next, we will install the power supply wire to the switch. First, locate the red wire on the pressure gauge. Then install the wire connector. Insert the wire from the inline fuse into the connector as well. Then use the crimping pliers to secure everything tightly. Connect the wire connector to the control switch. Next, install the negative wire to extend the ground point because it's far from the mounting location. If your vehicle's ground point is close, then there's no need to extend. Directly install it to the original negative terminal. First, untangle the negative wire. Use wire strippers to remove some insulation. Then install the black terminal onto the wire. Use crimping pliers to secure it tightly. Install the connector on the other side of the wire as well. Use crimping pliers to secure it. Next, install the T-connector. First, remove the nut from the airline fitting. Take the airline, slide the nut onto the airline. Keep the flare end facing outward. Then install the airline onto the fitting. Push it fully into place, then tighten the nut. Use a 10mm wrench to secure the nut. After installation, select a suitable distance. To install the T-connector, use the airline cutter to cut the hose. Place it inside the groove. Rotate slightly, and it will cut through. The cut must be clean and even. Then install the T-connector. On the T-connector, use this side port. Remove it and first install the nut. Then install the T-connector onto it. Put the nut on. Tighten the nut using an 11mm wrench together with a 10mm wrench. This end is used to install our pressure gauge to monitor the pressure reading. And this side goes to the two rear air springs. Lift the vehicle. Using a 3mm drill bit, drill 4 holes on side of the frame as the mounting points for the compressor. With the 4 holes drilled, now we can install the compressor. Position the compressor intake port facing towards the front of the vehicle. We will later connect the extension hose from here and extend it into the engine bay. Use self-stepping screws to mount it to the frame. Install the screws. Use an 8mm deep socket to tighten the compressor mounting bolts. And install the remaining screws. Attach the compressor ground wire to one of the compressor's mounting bolts. Then tighten the bolts. This is how the installed compressor looks. Cut a section of the hose to install the rear air spring. Use the airline cutter to cut off a section of the airline and install it. To install the airline, first remove the retaining nut. Slide it into the airline. Then install the airline onto the T-connector. Push it fully into place. Install the nut. Use a 10mm wrench together with an 11mm wrench to tighten. Then fixing the nut between the T-connector and the airline. Next, install the rear air spring T-connector. Remove the fitting at the top of the air spring. Slide the nut onto the airline. To install the T-connector, make sure the airline is fully seated. Then install the nut. Use an 11mm wrench and a 10mm wrench to tighten the rear air spring T-connector. The T-connector installation is complete. Next, we will install the air lines for the rear air spring. These are the rear air spring lines. To install them onto the T-connector, remove the nut and put in the airline. Install the airline. Put the nut back on. Then repeat the same process on the other side. Use an 11mm wrench and a 10mm wrench to tighten the T-connector nuts. Installation complete. Use zip ties to secure the T-line along the wiring harness. Use wire strippers to trim zip tied ends. Next, we install the pressure gauge airline. First, remove the upper nut and the middle T connector. Take out the airline and install the nut. Then install the airline fully and install the nut. Use an 11mm wrench and a 10mm wrench to tighten the pressure gauge airline. Next, we install the airline for the intake extension tube. Push the airline directly onto the fitting. If it's hard to install, you can heat the airline to soften it and make installation easier. Next, we install the compressor power wire. First, use wire strippers to remove some insulation from the wire. After stripping it, install the terminal connector onto the wire. Use crimping pliers to clamp the connector tightly. Use electrical tape to protect the connection area. Use zip ties to secure the compressor wiring harness and airlines. Use wire strippers or cutters to trim excess zip ties. Use zip ties to bundle the two airlines together with the power wire, securing the wiring harness along the frame to the front and extending them into the engine bay. Use wire strippers to trim zip ties. Over the vehicle. Open the hood. Prepare to install the intake head. Install the extension tube fitting and hand tighten it. Install the intake head onto the airline. If installation is difficult, heat the airline area to make installation easier. Find the higher position in the engine bay and secure the intake head there. Secure it with zip ties. Use cutters to trim excess zip ties. Route the pressure hose and the power harness through the wiring grommet on the firewall into the cabin. Open the fuse box. In the fuse box, locate accessory power source. Remove its fuse. Use the supplies fuse tapped copper piece. Install it. This is what it looks like after installation. Insert the fuse back in its original position. Take a section of the power wire, strip off some insulation, install the wire connector. Use the crimping pliers to crimp the connector. Plug the wire connector onto the fuse tab. Bend the fuse tab copper piece down. Route it out through the opening along the positive power wire. Close the fuse box. Route the power wire along the engine bay harness and run it into the cabin. Secure it with zip ties. Continue securing the power wire harness along the edge of the body. Use cutters to trim the excess zip ties. The two power wires and airline, pass them through the firewall grommet into the cabin. Feed the harness into the cabin. Prepare to install the switch and pressure gauge. Install the airline. Install the fuse. View of the fuse after installation. Put the cover on. Use wire strippers to connect the two power wires. First, remove some insulation. Use the supply splice connector and install it. Use the crimping pliers to crimp the terminal. Repeat the same process on the other side. Install the compressor power harness. Prepare the wire connector using the wire strippers. First, remove some insulation. Install the wire connector. Crimp the connector with the crimping pliers. Connect the wire connector to the switch. Use cutters to trim excess ground wire. Install the ground terminal onto the ground wire. Use wire strippers to remove some insulation. Install the ground terminal. Crimp the ground terminal with the crimping pliers. Use a Phillips screwdriver to help mount the compressor switch. Install the other mounting screw. Use a 7mm deep socket to remove the OBD port mounting screw. Remove the screw. Install the ground terminal and the fuse tab mounting screw. The gauge backlight will come on when the power is turned on. It will light up. It will automatically turn off when the power switch is off. Next, let's introduce the two buttons on the switch. This button is for the compressor. As long as you press it, the compressor will start working. It can only be activated when the power is on. And this lower one is our relief valve. If you feel there is too much air pressure in the bags and you need to release it, press it to release pressure from the air spring. Close the hood. Turn on the air pump power switch. Inflate the air spring. Turn off the air spring power switch. Deflate the air spring.